What is real? What you see, touch, feel? Is it all an illusion, a vast and complex universal dream? Prepare for a journey that will challenge your perception of reality and reveal the master key to becoming the architect of your own existence. Today we will delve into the most fundamental of the 7 Hermetic Principles, the Principle of Mentalism. It whispers a simple yet overwhelming truth. The all is mind, the universe is mental. This seemingly simple phrase is a portal to an understanding that can revolutionize how you interact with the cosmos and manifest your deepest desires. What does this truly mean? That the entire universe, in all its glory and complexity, is not a collection of solid matter, but rather a manifestation of a universal consciousness, a vast mental projection. And what if you, a spark of this consciousness, possess the innate power to shape that projection? Stay with us until the end, as we will unveil not only the how but the why. You are the true co-creator of your reality. The essence of mentalism, the all is mind Hermetic wisdom, dating back to the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus and the legendary Emerald Tablets, asserts that all existence, everything that was, is, and will be, emanates from a universal mind. It is what some Eastern traditions call Vishnu's dream, a vast tapestry of consciousness, of which we are intrinsic parts. Imagine every element, every particle, every star, not as separate and static entities, but as components of an immense mental projection. Principle of Mentalism highlights, to begin, it's essential to understand what this term mentalism means. According to the Kybalion, the most well-known book on Hermeticism, mentalism reveals that reality is not physical, nor made of solid, tangible matter, as we might imagine. On the contrary, it is a mental construct, a creation of the universal mind, the all. This view invites us to transcend the illusion of solidity and recognize the underlying fluidity of everything. If the universe is a mental construct, then our experiences are not mere external occurrences, but reflections of our own mental landscapes. Our individual mind, limited by experiences and conditioning, is just a facet, a small spark of the universal mind. The challenge lies in how we perceive this connection, often obscured by the illusion of separateness. But by understanding this fundamental truth, the doors to the mysteries of the spirit begin to open, revealing our latent power as co-creators. Science confirms, observation modifies reality. Surprisingly, modern science is beginning to echo this ancient wisdom. Quantum physics, in particular, offers fascinating glimpses into the principle of mentalism. Max Planck, the father of quantum theory, stated, "I regard consciousness as fundamental. I regard matter as derivative from consciousness." This statement from one of history's greatest scientists validates the core Hermetic idea. The Double Slit Experiment is perhaps the most emblematic proof. When particles like electrons are fired at a barrier with two slits, what happens next defies Newtonian logic. If unobserved, they behave like waves, passing through both slits simultaneously and creating an interference pattern. But the moment an observer tries to determine which slit the particle passes through, it decides to behave like a particle passing through only one slit. The 7 Hermetic laws explained. The Principle of Mentalism explains, this phenomenon reveals that at a quantum level the act of observing modifies reality. The observer seems to interfere with the essential nature of the particle, forcing it to choose a specific state. This phenomenon goes beyond materialistic understanding and opens the door to deeper interpretations of the relationship between mind and reality. This is not magic, it is the realization that consciousness itself, focused on a point, possesses the power to determine the state of things. Reality is not fixed and objective, but malleable, subjective, subject to the conscious mind that observes, interacts, and creates. Our thoughts and our attention are not passive. They are stones cast into the vast ocean of consciousness, creating ripples that affect everything around, transforming potentiality into manifestation. Attention, the currency of creation. If the mind is the key to creation, what happens when the power of this mind, our deepest and most creative force, is dispersed and weakened? We live in an era where human attention has become the most coveted resource. Our energy, once focused on conscious creation, is constantly manipulated and consumed. This is no accident. In a world where our ability to create reality depends on the strength of our attention, controlling where that attention is directed becomes a form of power. Modern distractions, social media, incessant notifications, advertising, and an endless stream of information act as silent thieves of our mental energy. This fragmentation of the mind distances us from our creative essence, transforming us into mere reactors, instead of authors of our own experiences. Studies show that excess information and constant stimuli alter our ability to concentrate and memorize in a lasting way. The mind loses its sharpness and clarity. It's as if our mental strength is a blade, and daily distractions wear it down, making it less sharp and effective. The Seven Hermetic Laws explained. The Principle of Mentalism observes, the average person's attention span is now comparable to that of a betta fish. In ancient Hermetic teachings, attention is seen as a tool for creation. Imagine it as the concentrated light of a magnifying glass. When your attention is focused, you can concentrate all the energy on a single point, intensifying and manifesting what you desire. But when that light is dispersed, we lose the power to transform and direct our path, becoming passive observers, submerged in a torrent of superficial stimuli. In addition to fragmenting focus, modern distractions subtly shape our subconscious. Everything we see and hear, even if it seems irrelevant, leaves a mark on our minds, forming beliefs, fears, and behavior patterns. Philosopher Aldous Huxley predicted that distraction would be the most effective means of control over man, and he was right. A scattered being with unconsciously shaped beliefs does not have the power to shape their own reality. The subconscious, the great silent architect. At the heart of these teachings, we understand that the universe we perceive, with all its complexities, is ultimately a projection of our minds. But what happens when most of this creation originates from an unknown, barely explored region within us? The subconscious is the vast ocean where thoughts and beliefs that we often ignore are contained. Yet it paradoxically shapes our perception and consequently our reality in profound ways. It is the deepest layer of the mind that does not operate through reason or direct logic, but through symbols, memories, and emotions. Here lie the roots of experiences, perceptions, and beliefs that sustain our worldview. Imagine the subconscious as a video camera recording every moment, every emotion, every word, and every image since the earliest years of life. This constant recording goes beyond what you consciously perceive, as it also carries an emotional interpretation. It records fears, joys, and insecurities. Each memory and emotion, once fixed in the subconscious, begins to create invisible molds that determine how you will view the world, your relationships, and even your possibilities for success and fulfillment. Limiting beliefs, for example, are ideas deeply rooted in the subconscious that generate restrictions on what we consider possible or attainable. They operate like hidden programs that bind us to patterns and repetitive cycles, preventing our conscious mind from fully manifesting the realities we desire. Reclaiming control, meditation, and reprogramming. The key to regaining control of your reality lies in reclaiming control of your mind, and for that, nothing is more powerful than meditation. Meditation emerges as an essential practice. The first Hermetic law teaches us that the mind is the matrix from which all is created. However, a scattered mind constantly in motion and subject to external influences loses its ability to focus and intend. To meditate is the path to gather attention and direct it like a lens, focusing light on a single point until it becomes capable of igniting fire for creation. In Hermetic practice, meditation is a return to 0 point, the space where nothing and everything coexist. It is the gateway to accessing our creative power, for only in a state of stillness and full presence does the mind find the balance to become a true tool for conscious creation. Meditation acts as a workout for the mind, strengthening our attention span. By sitting in silence, focusing on the breath or a point of internal observation, you are gradually breaking the cycle of distraction that dominates modern life. You are teaching the mind to remain in a state of presence, of non-reactivity. Every time a thought arises and is consciously set aside, you regain a bit of control over your mind. In addition to improving control over the conscious mind, meditation is one of the most powerful ways to access the subconscious. If we want to transform our reality, we must dive into the depths of our subconscious and dissolve the beliefs, fears, and traumas that block our creative power. During meditation, we enter states of deep relaxation that connect us with the subconscious. Intentional reprogramming of the subconscious requires patience and repetition. It is like fertile soil that needs to be plowed, nurtured, and cared for. Positive affirmations, visualizations, and meditative practices help remove deeply rooted beliefs and replace limiting patterns with a new vision of oneself. For example, if you seek abundance, identify and dissolve beliefs like "I am not worthy" or "the world is scarce." Then, through affirmations and visualizations, plant new seeds like "I am worthy of abundance" and "the universe is generous." Over time, this new programming begins to manifest in reality, as the subconscious is trained to respond to what it receives with repetition and emotion. Emotions are the fuel of the subconscious mind. They intensify the impression of beliefs and experiences, shaping reality with creative force. If you feel something deeply, that emotion becomes a message to the subconscious, which replicates that experience in your life. Be the master of your reality. At the end of this immersion into the principle of mentalism, the truth is revealed: we are co-creators of our reality. Our mind is a temple, and what we create within this temple inevitably reflects in the external world. When we allow our attention to be captured by distractions, we cease to be the masters of this temple and become its servants. But by cultivating attention, practicing meditation, and delving into our subconscious, we can reclaim the reins of creation. We can choose what we want to see flourish in our inner garden, and consequently in the garden of the universe around us. If this exploration of mentalism resonated with you and ignited a new understanding of the power of your mind, please like this video and share it with someone who also seeks to awaken their potential. This helps our content reach more truth seekers. To continue unraveling the secrets of the universe and applying the Hermetic laws in your life, subscribe to the Nexus 28 channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos, where we will explore the other principles that form the master key to mastering reality. Remember, the all is mind, the universe is mental, you are more powerful than you imagine.